I just realized that on General Hospital Review I just did, I had the Bold and Beautiful up there. But yeah, I guess we gonna do this review on live for this too. I don't know what happened on the Bold and Beautiful. Let me see. So Steffi, Liam, Kelly, Finn. So Liam and Kelly was still dancing or whatever, and Steffi just looking at them or whatever. And Liam actually noticed that she was looking at him. Whatever. I thought they was gonna end up telling Kelly go to the room, whatever, so they could finally have the discussion. But apparently not. Apparently they gonna drag this out all week, y'all. Do y'all think they gonna find a cure? I think they gonna find a cure. I don't know though. But yeah, they were still dancing and stuff like that, and I think Kelly wanted to continue dancing or whatever, but Leon, he kept like, he was falling a little bit. He was like unstable and everything. And they was telling her, maybe later and stuff like that. But kids, she wasn't really paying attention to that, but Steffi was. And Leon could tell that something was off with Steffi, that something was bothering her. And even Kelly had seen that she was crying, but she just said, she was just enjoying seeing them together and stuff like that. What else? I think at that point, did what's his name come, Finn? Finn came, Kelly ran into his stuff like that. She was talking about the father daughter dance and everything. And then they be speeding fast in the mud. What the freak? They be going way too fast down this road. Well, yeah, hold on, let me see. What was we talking about? I be getting distracted fast. But yeah. And what did Finn say to Liam? I think he just said, I can't remember. I think he's telling him about being a good dad and stuff like that. Then Liam ended up going into the room to tuck Kelly into bed and everything, and his vision was blurry. Wasn't that the first symptom he had? Wasn't his vision blurry? And then like he was holding like up on his head and stuff like that. I'm just, y'all know what I'm about to say. If y'all be listening to my reviews, what I'm about to say. They talking about he been in the hospital for a while, and Bill still ain't went to the doggo house. And look, I feel like, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it either way it goes. I feel like with this writing, and I know they can write whatever they want to write. This writing reminds me of Tyler Perry. I ain't gonna look, and I'm a Tyler Perry fan and stuff like that. And I feel like the Bold and Beautiful has some good storylines and stuff like that. But it be all over the place. They'll have a good storyline, then they just fumble it. You mean to tell me that Bill still ain't made it home or anything like that, and seen the blood all over his ground and all over, at this point, probably don't wash away. I don't know if he can wash away or not. I don't know. I'm just talking. But yeah, I was like, you mean to tell me then we got to see on today's episode, I'm gonna just say this already. Bridget, we got to see, we shouldn't just be seeing Bridget, express her emotions. I mean, it's good to have the other characters on the show and stuff like that or having screen time. But like, we should be seeing Hope, how she react. We should be seeing, well, they probably ain't gonna tell the kids until how they just randomly find a cure and stuff like that. Do y'all think they gonna find a cure? They always do. Like, I have been seeing people talk about Scott supposed to be, ain't his name Scott? I don't know if it's Scott Clifton or something like that, but yeah, they've been saying how he's supposed to lead the show, and they hoping that he returns as Dylan on General Hospital. I said, I knew I recognized him from somewhere. It wasn't that just that. Wasn't he on One Like to Live? That dude, wasn't he like a teacher or a substitute teacher or something like that? Star, she liked him or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but I remember him. I think he played Dylan on General Hospital, and then the teacher dude on One Like to Live, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they saying they supposed to lead the show. I don't know though. I feel like they gonna just pop up with a doggone cure. Oh, or either they gonna say the same thing about Eric. Did they do this storyline with Eric? Not about the tumor or whatever, but you know how he's supposed to be dying and didn't nobody really know aside from a few people. The next thing know, oh, it turns out, what did they do anyway? How did they cure him? I forgot. Look, I forgot. Did they make a mistake? But yeah, and another thing I thought about, I think when the episode first started, and they was talking about Liam. I think they was it was Dr. Buckingham, Finn, and Bridget. And they were just talking about Liam, and I think Finn was questioning her about if she's sure that it's inoperable and stuff like that. And I thought about something. I was like, when the whole mannequin situation happened with Thomas, didn't he have a tumor or something like that? I don't know if he had a mass, a tumor, or what. I don't know if that's the same thing. But I was like, didn't he have it too? But I don't know. How do y'all feel about this Liam? I see this Liam storyline. I see somebody said, good, take him up out of here. I was like, I said, we don't see him anyway, so it really don't matter. It really don't matter. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. trying to make sure this phone don't overheat and turn off again like it did when I was recording for General Hospital. What else? When Liam went to tuck Kelly in, like I said, his vision got blurry. He couldn't really read her story. She was asking him what was wrong. Or whatever. Meanwhile, Finn and Steffi was talking about his condition. Steffi was in disbelief or whatever, and she was like, maybe it's not what y'all think it is and stuff like that. Don't say it. And she was just crying and she was upset. I think on Friday's preview, they showed. I think Liam gonna say that he's not accepting it or whatever. I think Stephanie's supposed to say she want to be the one to tell Liam, what he dealing with. And I still speaking of, because I said how we got to see on today's episode, Bridget was expressing her emotions about Liam dying and stuff like that, but we didn't get to see Hope yet, or Bill, or any of his brothers or anything like that. Somebody said, if I'm not mistaken, I seen the comment, somebody said something about they think that once Liam gets cured, he's gonna end up hooking up with Bridget. And I said, wait a minute. I said, Bridget is Hope's what? Look, what is Bridget? She's Hope's sister. Yeah, because Brooke her mama. She's Hope's. Why is everybody coming through here today? And they coming pretty close to this car too. Oh, okay, they going right there. Okay. But yeah, yes, they were saying they want Bridget and Liam together. And I was like, why would that? That's another storyline. Because they had Ivy come back, she was visiting or something like that, and she had her and Liam kiss, but they ain't do nothing with that storyline. She done came back full time now. They didn't do nothing with that storyline. Excuse me. But yeah, who else we got? Buckingham, Bridget, Finn. Like I said, they was all just talking about Liam's mask, and Buckingham confirmed it or whatever. And they was just in disbelief or whatever. She was apologizing to Liam and Bridget because of what they going through and stuff like that. Bridget started saying that what about Kelly, and what about her niece Beth and stuff like that. And like she was just, like I said, we seen her emotion. Now, and again, it's good that they finally get story time. They finally get screen time or whatever. But at the same time, we should be seeing Bill, especially after what he said to Liam, and the fact that he was just about to pass out before he left out the door. Look, I'm on it. Look, I'm still on it. Because you be to tell me, unless Bill be going on a lot of little trips and stuff. Maybe that's why. We're gonna assume that's why. Excuse me. But yeah, what else? I think lastly we got Reg and Taylor, and I don't know how to feel about them because I feel like he's still the same man, and he just put on the front right now. He just put on the front, and they never see that he's the problem, or they did see for a brief moment that he was the problem. But yeah, I seen some people happy that Reg and Taylor back together. On today's episode, they was just flirting and kissing and stuff like that. I said, y'all almost had me. What was it, yesterday? No, was it Friday? They almost had me Friday. I almost started rooting for these folks, but I know how it ends. When they showed them, they was just sitting on, I think they was on the chair or the couch or whatever, and she was sitting on his lap. I said, this is how he got in this situation to begin with. You over here sitting on his lap. So how they supposed to help cure her broken heart? Sitting on this man's lap. But yeah, they were just talking and flirting with each other or whatever. And he made a comment. He said, I think she was asking I think he got a call first. And she was asking if he had to go in. He was like, no, there's no place I'd rather be. I just, spend the night or work overnight or something at the office. I was like, here come Brooke. I was Brooke about to go get her man back. Well, yeah, that's what he said. And if you didn't see the preview on Friday, they're supposed to have a fashion show this week. Brooke's supposed to be, I'm assuming, modeling her lingerie or something. Taylor's supposed to pull her into the room or whatever. They're supposed to be locked in the room together. That's what it looked like anyways. Y'all know sometimes these trailers be lying. Or whatever, so we don't know yet. But yeah, so what did she say? She said something to Brooke too. I don't know what she said, I forgot, but she's supposed to say something to her. Oh, to finish things off, Taylor and Reg started talking about Liam and the way he is with his kids, and he just this awesome guy doing the same thing Deacon and Hope was talking about, doing the same thing they was doing, talking about the same thing, like Liam just this perfect man, and he this and that. Now that they know, well, they don't know yet that he in the hospital. Hold on. They don't know yet that he's in the hospital or whatever. I'm waiting on somebody else besides Steffi and Finn them to find out because I want to see that reaction. Or whatever. I want to see if Steffi ends up calling Hope and letting her know or whatever. What else? They was talking about Kelly, the way he is with Kelly and stuff like that. And that's all they was talking about. The same thing. Nothing really happened on today's episode, y'all. But let me know down below what y'all thought. Hold on. Yeah, let me know down below what y'all thought. Again, I said again, I did this on General Hospital Review. But I want to thank y'all for y'all support. For everybody that be supporting me, listening, and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all or whatever. Hopefully these reviews will get better as time passes by. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, have a great rest of the day. And be safe.